Coming to you from Crunchyroll HQ, this is the Gachiakuta After Show, where each week we're talking out the trash and breaking down the latest from the anime series, sharing our favorite moments, and so much more. This is your boy, LeAlec.
I am one of your other hosts, Nick Friedman.
And I'm Leah President.
And let's enter the abyss.
Together.
Wow, that one was actually really in sync.
Yeah, that was actually pretty good. We're getting better at this. I mean, you would think after 12 episodes we'd kind of get this down.
I don't know. I mean, on our other show, we're like 100 episodes deep, and we still haven't got it. So
I think what happens is that we have like streaks, and then we break the streak, and then we have to start over again. It's like the 0 days before incident sign.
That's actually a great analogy for that.
Yeah, 0 days.
We got to stay on our feet, or we lose our magic.
Yeah. All right, today we got a lot to discuss about episode 12, so we are going to head right into the recap.
That's right. Now we're in it. We're in the recap now.
We're in it.
Yeah, we ended up last week like mid-battle with Amo in the tower. So kind of we were seeing how she was infiltrating everybody's mind and kind of getting a glimpse into some backstories. And that's how we start this next episode in the mind of Delman, kind of seeing what he was seeing through this sort of like Amo trance. Mm-hmm. So we kind of see him picturing someone special, it appears, in a garden, kind of encouraging him with his like plants and growing, which we know is his vital instrument. So it means a lot to him.
Yeah. And Lee called it at the end of last week. He's like, we're getting Delman backstory next week. And we did.
Yeah.
That's exactly what we got.
I'm a prophet.
Especially he was the first one to get got because he went sniper mode.
Yeah.
He went like assassin, or what is that video game where the guy? Hitman.
Hitman. Yeah.
He has a barcode at the back of his
sniper, assassin.
Oh, sniper. Dude, I used to play the OG Hitman games. Those are so janky. They were so broken, those games.
Those games have always had like a weird like slapstick nature to them. Anyway, that's not what we're talking about today. We're talking about Delman and his beautiful flower care. Mm-hmm. And yeah, the woman he loves is wearing a hat that he's always wearing. And so we get a little bit of a visual connection there. I'm sure it's deeply upsetting what happens in the rest of his backstory.
Yeah, man, that really got me. We also got to see Tamsy show off his vital instrument, Tokoshin, a distaff.
It's kind of like a spool in a way.
Yeah, it's really cool. And just the fact that he like just spins everybody up. Just makes his own little spider web and is like, all right, you guys.
Time out, kids.
Time out. I don't want to talk about too much.
He was like
that's my pit bull. So
immediately able to just like disarm.
Yeah, he moved cold. He moved pretty cold.
Yeah, he just it took control of the situation just straight up. On top of that, he sends everybody spinning to the ground, but everybody's fine because Rimlin gave everybody that spell to make sure that, they can take like one like super big hit. And now everybody's kind of, just back to normal, kind of doing their thing, putting their mask on now.
An engine who had explicit internal damage was healed by this spell, which was crazy.
Yep.
OP.
Yeah. Honestly, engine is like, I think he
got that chug
I go back and forth, but yeah. Yeah, Fortnite. Pro Fortnite gamer. But yeah, he was basically playing possum until it was time for him to like jump up and help. And then they all kind of talk through like, what are we going to do with Amo? And then Rudo punches her in the face.
And it was
a hard watch.
Pretty brutal. Yeah,
it was very goblin mode. Like
he kind of,
but we find out why. Yeah. We understand, like, not justified, and he ends up feeling bad about it.
Yes.
Is the thing, because he got like possessed by something, and we learn a little bit more about it.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that here in a little bit. But after that, Engine has this like really sweet conversation with Rudo where he's talking, Rudo's kind of bearing his soul about like having to bottle up his anger and then realize like he can't pretend anymore and he has to like learn and grow through it. And I think
this Engine's like, I don't like women with kids. Baby mama drama.
That's okay. Engine.
But leaving the recap on a better note is just that, you know, there's this kind of overarching theme of like dressing and facing your faults to start to grow. And I think we're starting to really get into what will be Rudo's character arc. And that is episode 12 of Gachiakuta.
Woo.
I'm curious to see, like, with Amo, because it seems like we're kind of working towards her maybe being a part of the team. I know Engine right before, or like right after they kind of disarmed her and put their masks back on, he was kind of like, we can just convince her not to hurt anyone else because she's just a girl, like, and yeah, I mean, she has a very valuable power, so.
And he made a very specific point, like, to kind of call out the boots, right? Like, he was like, without the vital instrument, like, she's just a girl. So I wonder if that means, like, there's something else to this series, and kind of like what we saw with Rimlin, right? Like, that particular giver power is passed, but she actually doesn't have anything. So I wonder where we're going next with that, because like if she actually has an ability, is that ability different, or is she just normal and it's just because of the boots, right? So I'm interested to see where that goes, because they're not going to leave her with that vital instrument, I don't think. Yep.
Anyway, let's get into the dumpster dive, y'all, because we're basically in it already. Let's talk a little bit more about this moment with Rudo. Leah had hinted at this idea of, you know, something is up with Rudo. Something has possessed him, and we get this kind of narration from Semu talking to Corvus about this thing growing inside of Rudo that could destroy the world. It's like a curse, and this is kind of matched with Rudo talking about how he has this uncontrollable anger, and we saw that play out when he punched Amo.
It's because he took the Sonic potion at 3 a.m.
Oh my God. I think, you know what, because we haven't really... One thing we haven't really kind of discovered in the show, or has been really discussed, is the injury he has to his hands. Like, we don't know what that's about. So that, I think, could be linked to it, because I think the gloves may help amplify his giver power, but I don't think his power is because of the gloves.
Yeah, I think that's right.
I think there's something deeper there.
Yeah, I think that's right. And I think the fact that we've met another character with something from the Watchmen series that sort of almost has this like uncontrollable, basically evil piece to them. And then
for sure,
they're really not like that, it seems. And so it's really curious, you know, because my head's like, okay, so are the gloves corrupting him? Is it his innate power?
Those gloves are corrupt. You know?
No, what?
That's a new Sabrina Carpenter song. That boy is corrupt. Are you serious?
I'm not up on it.
Where are my girls? Where are my girls?
The latest of Sabrina Carpenter.
Not in this chat. Sorry.
Speaking of Sabrina Carpenter, we also learn a little bit about the angel that goes between the sphere and the ground. We don't know who this angel is, and we learn about the quote angel while Amo is also talking about her first love, is talking about her mother. Like, there's a lot of... I mean, we're supposed to feel bad. You know, we're supposed to feel this empathy for Amo at this point. And I think we're right on the mark that there is a face turn, and she is going to be part of the crew.
With the curse, the curse.
See, I got that reference.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. I needed to redeem myself.
You just had to take it back 15 years.
Right.
Speaking about pulling it back, how about the pit pull, y'all? You want to get into the pit pull?
Woo! Are we pulling it back like one of those RC racers? Is that why?
Mr. Sphere Wide. Get
Mr.
it?
Sphere
Mr. Sphere Wide.
Instead of Pitbull. Yeah.
It's always going to make us think about Pitbull immediately, which again, taking it back 15 years. I think people need to show up in Rudo cosplay to Pitbull shows now.
The children long for the cosplay.
Oh my God.
Okay, so kicking off the Pitbull this week, instead of my favorite thing that happened in this episode, I talked about my least favorite moment, which was Rudo punching poor Amo in the face.
It was so sad.
She was already incapacitated, and he just wailed on her.
Yeah, she was chilling.
They had to they had to like pull this man off, and then that's when we also got the background of this curse that's potentially growing in him. And so there, there is a reason, and he acknowledged it, and he talks about apologizing. But man, this was a tough moment for sure.
Yeah,
that was a very brutal moment. Like this show has had some brutal moments, like leading up to where we are right now. But this was probably by far like just kind of knowing where Rudo's character is at the moment, I think is what made it even more so, right? Because like he doesn't have full spec of himself. He's kind of like untamed, I guess is the best way, and he's trying to figure out like this world that he's suddenly thrust into outside of the world that he was kind of despised in, and he let out all of this anger unjustly on Amo because he's angry, and it just made it even more brutal.
Therapy is good for everybody.
It's true.
I think it's going to take a while for the rest of the characters also to warm up to her, though, because she did put them in like a very painful place. And I can't remember who commented it, but when everyone was kind of leaving their trance, I think it was maybe Engine, was like, the more they loved the place that they were, like the harder it is to leave it, like as soon as her powers wear off.
Leah, what is your pit bull for this week?
Yeah, I didn't like Mean Rudo. That was a hard watch. But I did like when Amo was talking to Tome and she was like going up to heal her and like kind of patch her up. And she goes, "Don't worry, like I like talking romance too." And I thought that was really sweet because it's like, okay, like now that Amo is disarmed, like I thought that was really nice that like she has a friendly moment.
Yep.
Now,
I
like,
agree.
Yeah,
I didn't want it to end
connection
on that like sour note of like her getting whooped.
I also like it feels like a stronger use of the trope that we see a lot in shonen, where you have the bad guys that become good, and they go through all this tragedy and all this trauma, and then they turn good. But like this is a case of like, all right, now we're not hurting each other. I like the same things that you do. Let's be best friends.
Yeah, right. I thought it was a sweet moment.
Yeah. It was
especially
because
I said last episode, I like Amo as a character.
Same. I really do too. And there were some folks that wrote in that were like, if you liked Amo so far, just wait.
Because we'll like her more, or what do you mean?
Well, I think she just becomes more of a focus based on how I was reading that comment. Like we learn more about her. And Lee, how about you? What's your pit bull for the week?
Tamsy is a bad man. It's my guy. Immediately, like I was after episode 11, I was waiting on this. I'm like, and the thing is that like what I love about this show is you can't really predict what any of the characters' vital instruments are going to be. And I think that's what makes it 10 times cooler. Like, think about the first time we met Engine, and he just pulls up with this umbrella and Cloud stripes everybody, right? Here's Tamsy, and he's like, cool, I have a distaff, and I can just take control of a situation like that. And I can also use it to spin the situation in my favor. And you very quickly see that in the fight. Like, the fight isn't even a fight because of how quickly he controls the situation. And then it makes you think, like, oh man, what else can he do when he actually has to, like, use this thing? Yep. And, like, what is the applications of it outside of, being in an enclosed space, right?
Yeah.
Because
like, how does that scale?
Right. Like, how does it scale? Like, if they're fighting out in the open, how does the power set change? Like, so it made my mind run a little bit. And I was like, I might have a new favorite character. This guy's doing it for me. Yeah, that was a really cool moment.
Hell yeah. Well, I think that's it on episode 12 of Gachiakuta, y'all.
Boo!
We are moving ahead on this series. We're getting into it. Just some housekeeping stuff real quick. If you haven't reviewed the show yet on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, go ahead and leave us a little 5 stars.
A little comment.
You leave a review on Apple Podcasts. That, I think, helps us out a ton. If you want one of your questions potentially read on the show, you can leave a comment on Spotify, or you can head over to got.cr/anime-effect-questions. That is got.cr/anime-effect-questions.
Talk to
Lee,
us.
are you ready to take us out?
I guess if we have to leave the pit. Thank you for joining us for another episode of the Gachiakuta After Show. brought to you by Crunchyroll and the folks over at Sony Music Entertainment. Be sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode.
The Gachiakuta After Show is hosted by me, Nick Friedman, LeAlec Murray, and Leah President. We're executive produced by Jonathan Hurst, Joanna Clay, and also me. Thank you to our lead producer, Kyla Carnero, our producer, Carla Solorzano, and our associate producer, Zoe Culkin. Open-Ended Films edited and mixed this episode's audio. Our head of production is Sammy Allison. Special thanks to Tamika Balance-Kalasny, and, of course, the creators of Gachiakuta, Kei Urana, and Hideyoshi Andou.
We'll be back next week with even more Gachiakuta. Make sure you're watching. We'll see you then.
Yeah.
We'll know if you're not watching, and there's nothing you can do about it. Later days,
It's
y'all.
going down. See, 15, 20 years ago, I got references. I got you.
We're
Bye,
here.
guys.
We got it.
Bye.